Okay, good evening, everybody. Welcome. Willkommen to this live Q&A for August 2025. Sorry, it's been a while since the last Q&A, but I haven't had time to do a Q&A this month. So just before the month finishes, as tomorrow it will be September, I want to get this out here. So, yeah. Oh, hey, Dawson. How are you, man? How's it going? Nice to see you. Oh, Ross. Hey, Ross. How's it going, buddy? How's it going? How are things up in Scotland? Yeah, things are okay, man. Things are okay. Just wanted to get another Q&A out there. Hello, Jared. Hello. Nice to see you guys. Nice to see you. Nice. So yeah, you know the drill. Ask me anything. If I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'm sorry, but I'll do my best. And let's have some fun. ZRD a loon. I'm guessing something to do with Looney Tunes, but hello. Scotland. Oh yeah, Ross. Do tell me more about the filming. If those of you who didn't know, the Spider-Man film was filmed in Scotland recently, near where Ross lives, and he shared some of it on his YouTube. It looked really cool. Yeah, sure you managed to get a glimpse of Tom Holland. ZR the Loon. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting me know. The next movie I'm reviewing is The Wolverine. I'm going through the X-Men movies at the moment, but aside from that, any new films coming out? Well, what's coming out in September? I don't know what's coming out. I might be reviewing that film called Stealing when I get a chance. As well as that, obviously later in the year I want to review Wicked for Good and Avatar Fire and Ash. So those are the main things. Oh, Brian Johnson. Yes, I remember you. Yeah, hello. Trolls fan 1995. Okay, I'm going to keep an eye on you, I'm afraid. Hi, Ollie. How are you? I'm good, Jason. I'm good. Yeah, it's been quite a nice day. The weather's really weird in the UK at the moment. It's like humid and muggy and ugh. So if you hear any background noise, it's my air conditioner. I need some ventilation. Oh, hello, Passionate Geek. Welcome aboard. Yeah, feel free to ask me any questions. The new Conjuring movie is coming out. Yeah, I've actually never seen the Conjuring films. I may have to check that out. Actually, that's one film I wanted to see was Together, the one with Dave Franco and Alison Brie. That does look quite good. Could you review K-pop Demon Hunters? Yeah, I could try. Yeah. If I don't know if it's in cinema or on Netflix. I think it's on Netflix. I'll see if I've got time tomorrow, maybe, or during the week to watch it. Alex is not a paedophile. Well, yeah. His behaviour suggests otherwise, I'm afraid. That messaging me. Oh, that's, yeah. Oh, cool. Glad you enjoyed Jaws. Yeah, I saw Jaws in the cinema. I think for its 40th anniversary. I think that was when I first saw it, and I saw it in 3D, which was interesting. But yeah, they tend to re-release a lot of old movies now because of a lot of new content goes on streaming. But obviously, we have got some releases coming out, so there is that. Trolls fan. Oh, okay, fair enough. Thanks, Jared. How has Alex been doing lately? Like I give a fuck. What a kind of a question is that? Yeah. Oh no, Passionate Geek. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about Trolls fan 1995, who was in the chat as well. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, Alex is no better. He is a cyberbully as well. He was terminated and now he's back. So yeah. Freakier Friday, yeah. Go and see it. If you loved the first one, you'll probably like it. It's very similar. I'd say it was decent. Like, I had a good time with it, but it isn't quite as good as the first one. It's quite sweet. It has its moments, but don't expect a masterpiece. I think you mean Naked Gum. Yeah, like one of the things that struck me about that video was when Alex said, "I can't believe people got mad at me for leaving them behind." I'm like, dude, you walked out of the fucking cinema before the film ended, leaving your friends to watch the film. If I were them, I would be offended. So, come on, Alex, use what little brain you've got. Ugh. Oh, thanks, man. You don't have to do a video about me, but that's very, very kind of you. I must watch their other episodes. Who do you hope Lambo Rock Strikes Back returns to YouTube one day? Yes, I really would love him to come back. I'm not saying his content was masterful or anything. I would. Ooh, what's this? More money just is using the primary URL. What the hell? I don't know what that's all about. I haven't got this open anywhere else. So. Sorry, I've just got a technical error to deal with. I don't know what is going on with my live stream at the moment, but bear with me. Yes, as I was saying, Lambo's content wasn't the best or anything, but it was funny. Some of it was quite funny, so I'd love to see him come back. I'd love to come see him come back and review a Nickelodeon show. Seems to be less questions and more conversations, but fair enough. Yeah, I would. I don't death threaten anybody. That's not cool. I'll get shut down for that or arrested. Yes, GoldenEye is re-releasing in October for its 30th anniversary. So me and my friend Nick Payne are going to go and watch it. So any of you Bond fans out there in the UK, check the US. I'm not sure about the US, but in the UK it's Cineworld are re-releasing it. So yay, free tickets. Yeah, the Naked Gum. Yes, yeah, that's true. Oh, when can I see you again? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, community post. Well, still, thank you. The thought is appreciated. No worries, man. Enjoy your stream. Have a nice day. Thank you for coming on. Work is better, actually. Yes, my job was a bit tough when I started in May. I had issues with the manager, but those have kind of leveled out now. I am looking for a full-time job. I need more money. I'm only working part-time, but at least I'm in a job. The job is fine. The job is easy, but the circumstances of the shop had been very tricky. But the good news is my managers had nominated me for a Star Award recently, so it's nice to be appreciated in that regard. Carrot Danvers, yes. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, I still think Naked Gum is one of my favourites. That's funny, yeah. Jared, if you're still watching this, please do more compilations. Please do Alex singing compilation. That would be so funny. Do you think Dalton could have been a better fit on a Magic Secret Service? Maybe. Although I would say some of the romantic scenes with the women, Dalton were a bit more intense. So I don't know. I think maybe, but I actually don't think he would have maybe had quite as much chemistry. It might have felt a bit full on, but who knows? He is a very good actor, so he could have been more versatile. But the way he played James Bond, to me, was more serious. So I don't know, but I'm gonna say no, probably. Best CG character from the 2002, probably Gollum from Lord of the Rings. Yeah, well, I haven't watched all of the streams, but the one I was on was good fun. I can't find it. I guess it's been deleted, or as you say, I can't. Had sort of take things down to avoid getting terminated or because he got complained about cyberbullying. But that was a fun stream to be on. We had a great laugh, and I'm sorry, but Alex, things needed to be said, and they were said. So yeah. Branch Troll says he wants. Oh yeah, Branch Troll says a lot of things, to be honest. Can you do an impression of Alex and Branch singing a duet version of "Love Like You Do"? Oh God. Yeah, I think I can give it a go. I'm just gonna get the lyrics up because it's been a while since I've heard that song. Oh God. Actually, it may well have been 50 Shades of Grey when I last heard that song. So love me like you do. It's actually a very good song. Okay. You're the light, you're the night, you're the color of my blood. You're the cure, you're the pain, you're the only thing I want to touch. Never knew that it could mean so much, so much. The fear, I don't care, 'cause I've never been so high. Follow me through the dark, let me take you past the satellites. You can see the world you brought to life, to life. So fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you like you do. Love me like you do. Love me like you do. Touch me like you do. Touch me like you do. What are you waiting for? That's the best I can do. That's good. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm losing the questions. I still need to finish the first original Naked Gun movie. Yeah, I haven't seen any of the other ones. I've only seen the Liam Neeson one, but I would love to watch the other ones. I think they might even be on Disney Plus, so I'll have to check the gate on that. But yeah, the Liam Neeson one was actually surprisingly funny. Really funny. Yes, I also watched Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire for its 20th anniversary. That was great. It's my favorite one of the series, and I have distinct memories of seeing that movie the first time in 2005, 20 years ago. It was a lovely surprise. Me and my sister were quite young. I was 8 years old. My sister was 6. So realistically, we were kind of too young to see it, but it was the first one that was a 12A. My parents surprised us with a trip to go and see it, and they said, "Oh, we're just going to get some shopping." And I thought, we're going quite a long way just to get some shopping. And then when we got to the cinema, I was like, "Hang on a minute, what's going on here?" And they were like, "Oh, we're just using the toilet." And then obviously we went in to see the film, and that was just fantastic. So maybe that's part of the reason why it's my favorite. But I also just love the movie as well. I just think it's an amazing movie, and watching it again on the big screen, it's held up really well in the last 20 years. The effects and the visuals have held up so well. I'm so impressed with how it looks, and for me it's epic. And one of the other reasons why it's my favorite is it's the real turning point in the story. It's like the halfway point of the saga. And it's the one where Voldemort comes back. It's the one with the Tribes tournament. And the tasks are pretty epic as well. And they're also the characters are coming of age as well, which is really interesting. So I think just so much happens in it. And Mad Eye Moody is such a fantastic character. So I love it. I just absolutely love it. Funniest moments from Lester and Primeval. Most of his scenes, to be honest, are really funny. I think one of my favourites is when he says to Leek, "You are really tiresome little man," and also when he mentions when he's joking about the mammoth as well. That's kind of funny. And when he calls Connor and Abby Daffy and Scrappy, that's kind of funny. What's a franchise where you only like the first film? The Matrix. I think, and also Jaws as well. Those two franchises are the only ones where the first film are the only good ones. Actually, Men in Black as well. So those three franchises. With Men in Black, the fourth one was okay. Like 2 and 3, I didn't like, and The Matrix. It should have just been one film because the 2 sequels they made, the 2 and 3, were so damn confusing. I did not understand the plot. It was so convoluted. and releasing them in the same year. I mean, oh, fucking hell. Jeez, that just messed it all up. The Matrix, was it Resurrection or something? That was what it was called. Well, the Matrix Recycled, as I call it. That didn't interest me either. That was boring. And then yeah, that was it. Yeah, so the Matrix, Men in Black, and Jaws. Yeah, Jaws. See, Jaws. Some people do have a soft spot for the second one. I don't. I think the second one is just okay. It's all right, but then it gets worse as it goes along. Certainly with number 3 is pretty bad, and then 4 is just one of the worst films ever made. So, yeah. Alex lied about the Naked Gun having a shot of the main character's junk. He lies about a lot of things, and he does a lot of things for attention, to be honest. I don't question it anymore. Are there any Bond locations you would love to visit? Well, obviously I live near London, so that doesn't count. Besides London, I'd love to visit so many. I'd love to go to India, Octopussy, Tangier, Bahamas. I mean, the Bond movies pretty much been around the world at this point. I'd also love to go to Istanbul, because, in Skyfall, they shot the opening there, and I'd love to see where they shot that. There's just so many brilliant locations to go to. And Venice as well. I'd love to go to Venice. What's your best film of the year for you so far? What's your worst film of the year for you so far? My worst film of the year so far is probably Until Dawn. I know the War of the Worlds film has come out on Amazon, but I haven't yet seen it. Best film of the year so far? Ooh, that's tricky. Sinners is up there. That's a contender. We've also got We Live in Time. I know technically it was released last year in other countries, but I'm from England, and it was released in January in 2025. So that one nearly broke me, to be honest. That was so good. But yeah, I think maybe Sinners is the one to beat. But we've still got Wicked for Good and Avatar 3 to come out, so I'm hopeful. Oh, fuck's sake. Questions still disappearing. I'm trying to do a Q&A. Sorry about this, guys. Give me one moment. Oh, there we go. Don't make that gentleman list all his streams. You might relist them soon. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I didn't wonder why I couldn't find it. Favorite T-1000 moment sequence from Terminator 2. Oh, God. It's been years since I've seen that film. Okay, from what I remember, I believe it was like 10 years ago when I last watched it. So, I think there's a moment on the motorway chase where, I don't know if he's like during the fight or something, he changes mid-fight or something. Probably that moment, or the climax where the T-1000 finally gets destroyed. That was a really impressive feat of visual effects for the time. That was, 1992 or something? Yeah, that was incredible. Who would you most want to see do the intro song for the next Bond film? Ellie Goulding, I think, would be kind of cool. I mean, I don't know if it's ever possible, but Michael Bublé would be perfect for James Bond. Or a duet. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. Well, they were great in Wicked, so, and their voices work very well together. So there. What's your opinion on South Park? I haven't seen it. Sorry. Yeah, a passionate geek. If I may say, I wouldn't have said that publicly on live stream. That's very personal to Ross. I mean, obviously, unless Ross has declared it on his channel, I mean, that just seems a little bit forward to say that. Sorry, I'm not trying to have a go, but maybe just consider it in future. So, people's private life is their private life. Alex and Brass singing. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Oh, whoopsie. No, I didn't drop my balls. They dropped years ago. I'm watching Superman 2, the Richard Donner cut out. Yeah, I can't remember if I've seen the Richard Donner cut. I have seen Superman 2. I I can't remember if I've seen the Donner cut. I'll say I love Superman 2, though. It is my favourite of the Superman films. I don't think it's ever going to be topped. The new one is good, but I mean, it's the best one since the second, but it's not quite as good as the second. Oh, thank you. Naked Guns are on Netflix. Excellent. I'll watch them. Hello there. Favorite Harrison Ford performance? Oh, that is tough. Harrison Ford has done some amazing performances. Well, there obviously are some obvious choices here. I mean, I love him in Blade Runner as Rick Decker. I think that's the character's name. But I think my favorite ones are, to be honest, it's very hard to choose. It's a tie between Han Solo from Star Wars and Indiana Jones from Indiana Jones. Maybe slight edge to Han Solo just because I'm more of a Star Wars fan, but I do love Indiana Jones. But I do feel like 4 and 5 were just too many. Like, he shouldn't have done those movies. He's still very good in them. You know, he tries his best, but he's too old towards the end. But Han Solo was just such a cool character. And I love the fact that he challenged George Lucas on the line of dialogue for The Empire Strikes Back, where he declares his love to Leia when she says, "I love you," and he says, "I know." It's just classic. And, originally, it was written as "I love you too," you know, and Harrison thought, no, that's out of character for Han. He wouldn't say that. He'd be like, "I know. He's cocky. He's a cocky bastard," and I think that was right. Yeah, I kind of felt that the new one was similar to what you're describing. It's stupid, but also very funny. Not much of a story, but it's a great laugh. Classic Doctor Who. Yes, I know you've been commenting on my reviews. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to reply, but thank you. Favorite task in the Triwizard Tournament? Ooh, that's a good question. I love all of them. I think they're great. I think for me, it's got to be the maze because it's the scariest. Because like the staircase that changed in the school, the maze changing form allows for a lot of claustrophobia. While I still think the underwater task, the leak, is quite scary as well because of how dark it all looks. The maze one for me is just a little bit scarier. And I always loved the idea of a maze that actually came to life and tried to kill them. I mean, that's, you know, they weren't kidding when they said dangerous tasks. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, sadly, Jack and I are no longer friends, but yeah, the Prisoner of Azkaban one, we were going to redo it, but we never got around to it, so sorry about that. Even if The Half-Blood Prince is the weakest Potter movie, just say it's still the best movie of summer 2009. Possibly. Can't remember everything that came out in summer 2009, but I guess I probably would say, yeah, it's one of the better ones. But I only gave it a 7 out of 10 in my review. It's only a decent rating. Yes, that's true. Bond 26, it's taken a while, but good things come to those who wait, as I've always been led to believe. And we know there's a writer, we know there's a director. The wheels are in motion, slowly but surely. There are producers as well. I reckon they'll start filming next year. They need to write the damn script first to make sure the script is up to standard. Oh, good. Yeah, I've got Paramount Plus and Netflix, so I can watch them on either or. So that's fine. Yeah, I've heard of Zaid Magenta. I don't know much about him, but a few friends of mine have mentioned his name before. What's a franchise where you only like the first two? Alien is one. I mean, there's been one or two Alien movies that are okay, but like Alien Romulus, was that the one Romulus? That was okay. Like, and Terminator, I only like the first two. The other ones I don't care for so much. They range from okay to crap. So yeah, Terminator 3 is such a bad step down after the second one. Oh, if only James Cameron directed it. Favorite Wallace and Gromit short film? That's a good question. I might have to say The Wrong Trousers. It's one of my favourites. Do you think you'll see Avatar 5 times at the cinema? Well, yeah. I mean, if the experience is good enough, and if this film is good enough, then why not? And the fact that I have a Cineworld Unlimited card means most likely I can see it quite a few times because I can go as many times as I want without any cost. So, yeah. And fuck it, it's Avatar. I only see films more than once if I genuinely love them, if I genuinely want to see them more than once, or if there's not much else out, then yeah, why not? Shit, break. Cannot find my questions again. Oh, fuck's sake! I wish this would stop doing this. Yeah, I mean, I'm. Forgive me, A. Smith. I don't see it. I don't see what's good about it. But if you like, I'm not going to judge you for it. That's your opinion. Yeah, Alex, get the ratings right. I can't tell you what my favorite Austin Powers joke is because I've actually never seen the movies. I do own them, and I will talk about them soon, maybe before Bond 26 comes out. Or watch the Austin Powers films and review them. But yeah, I will discuss that at some point. Favorite British actor? Oh, so many. My favorite actor overall is Andy Serkis, who plays Gollum, Caesar, King Kong. You know, he does so many. He's got such a variety of work. A lot of it is motion capture, but just vocally, the guy is so talented. So that's the reason why. So, and he is British, so I'm gonna say him. What's your favorite video you've ever made? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know if there's one in particular that's my favorite, but there's a few. I did a collaborative review once with someone. I don't know if he's still around actually. His name was Sci First Movie Talk. We did a collaborative review on The Secret Garden. That was fun. Some of the Bond sketches that I made were quite fun with Jack McCulloch. I think some of the rants were quite funny. Well, they were fun to make, like the 50 Shades rants. The food fight one might be my favorite actually, because that was such a disaster to sit through. It was fun to rip it apart in the actual video. So I'll go with food fight. Hello, Feisty Bear Productions. Until Dawn is a good game. Yes, it's a very good game. I love the game. I hate the film, but I love the game. Speaking of donated to, oh, nice. Yeah, enjoy the convention. Do you agree October was the perfect month to release the Daniel Craig Bond movies? Yes, because you avoided the Christmas movies that would come out in December and the summer movies that would come earlier. So in between that sort of autumn time, there's a vacancy, there's a spot. So it worked out. Obviously, No Time to Die was initially going to release April 2020, so around Easter, which still would have worked fine, but because of fucking COVID, they had to delay it. But it worked out. I mean, in the UK, we got it end of September, and then everywhere else got it a week later. So, you know, it was fine. But I personally think the Bond franchise should stick to that time. I think that has worked out very well financially for them. But it also depends on who is cast as Bond, whether they'll bring in the big bucks. Do you think, well, Alex will ever change? I'd like to think so, but I'm not seeing a lot of evidence of it, to be honest. Favorite joke in Shrek? There's some good ones. Yeah, I love the one where they say, "Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?" Yeah, that's quite a good one. Favorite Toy Story joke? Uh, Gosh, thinking back now. Yeah, okay. One I love in Toy Story is when they reference Star Wars in the second one, where Buzz says to Zurg, "You killed my father," and Zurg says, "No, Buzz, I am your father." No, that's quite funny. If you're in the Wicked show, which role would you play? Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I don't have the physique nor the dancing ability to be Figaro, but because I'm a man, I can't play two lead roles. So, yeah, I mean, I'd love to be Fiero, but I don't think it would happen. I would be happy to play Bok. Actually, I think Bok is quite an endearing character. We know obviously. I'm not going to spoil it if people haven't seen the show or the film, but his fate, I think, is rather tragic and interesting. Failing that, if I was older, the Wizard. I think the Wizard is good. He doesn't have the greatest songs in the show, but his songs are nice. Yeah, no, that's fine, Passionate Geek. No offense taken. I mean, Ross has kind of said it anyway, but I just wasn't at the time I read that message. I wasn't sure exactly if Ross was public about it. So, yeah, I was just trying to be respectful to Ross. Are you more hyped for Frozen 3 and 4 than Shrek 5 and Ice Age Boiling Point? Yes, I would more hyped for that. I mean, oh yeah, Ice Age 6, Ice Age Boiling Point. That is a frustratingly accurate title because we are at the fucking boiling point with this series. We've gone to space and we've gone to Disney Plus, and Disney Plus's first attempt was a train wreck. It was that Adventures of Buckwild film or whatever, which I did a rant on for you guys. I decided to watch it for you guys. If I didn't have this channel, I wouldn't bother with it, but because of this, I do. I think this is make or break for Ice Age. Honestly, if they can't pull this off, no one's going to care anymore. They can just make a series on Disney Plus that will just exist and nobody will watch it. That's where it should be at this point. I honestly think Ice Age should have stopped after the third one because the trilogy ended in quite a nice cycle, really. Everything from Ice Age 4 onwards is just not worth it, really, for me. But there we are. Favorite Margot Robbie performance? Probably performance in Barbie. Well, actually, that and Harley Quinn. I think she does really well with both. Favorite animated film? In general, probably The Lion King from 1994. But also, I have a real love for Inside Out from 2015, the first one. So it's kind of a joint thing with both of those. If you were a director, how often would you release your movies? Well, if I had a consistent budget, excuse me, if I had a consistent budget and a consistent workflow, I would love to release movies as often as possible. But sometimes it is better to play the long game and not release everything so often, so then things become oversaturated. So, but on an average, 3 to 4 years, depending on the project. That's all I can say. Because right now I have no budget, so I have to just wait until I can get everything sorted. Which takes a long time, but it's worth it in the end. I've already answered that question, Feisty. Favorite extended edition of the Hobbit trilogy? The Desolation of Smaug, without question. It adds 25 minutes back in. And the stuff it adds in actually doesn't enhance the story. There's some added bits of fluff, but generally speaking, the added stuff actually does enhance the plot. Opinion on Nick Frost being cast as Hagrid. I honestly don't care about this show. I have no opinions about the cast or anything. I don't want it to exist, but it's going to exist. Watching The Goblet of Fire in cinemas the other day made me realise how much I love the franchise as it is. And I think that sometimes it's better just to leave things as they are. But, oh well, this new generation might well grow up loving this show, but we'll see. I mean, Nick Frost is a fine actor, and I'm sure he'll do a good job, but Robbie Coltrane is my Hagrid, and rest in peace, Robbie. I'm never going to see anybody else in the role. I'm sorry, but, yeah. They cut out so much of the maze in the movie. Yeah, that's true. I think The Goblet of Fire and some of the later films get criticised a bit too harshly for what they cut out. I mean, I get it. There's a lot of details that are hard to let go of, but the movie is an adaptation for a reason. It's not going to be 100% accurate. There are going to be things that are reduced or left out or changed. Even Daniel Radcliffe himself said even if you had a 6-hour Harry Potter film, people would still complain. So, yeah, I think they did a good job. They got it into like 2 hours 37 minutes, and I thought the pace was pretty brisk, considering it was pretty tight, considering how much they squeezed in. They did consider splitting the fourth one into 2 films, but Mike Newell, the director, he put his foot down and he said, no, you do not have enough plot for 2 films. You have enough event, but the plot isn't strong enough for 2 films. So I think they made a good decision there. But I can understand where you're coming from. There are things that were left out in later films that frustrate me, like Dumbledore's funeral. That's a discussion for another day. Do you think they'll do a redesign of Shrek 5? Considering the fact they've delayed it, yes. I think it's going to be like the Sonic thing where people reacted so badly that they're like, maybe we need to redo this. Let's push the film back. We heard Chris Columbus has questioned the point of... Yes, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, I was speaking to a friend about this. Even Chris Columbus was like, why are we doing this? We don't need this anymore. If you're going to do HBO Harry Potter show, I'm all for that, but why retell the same story? Tell a new story. You know, like, I know we're not getting the rest of the Fantastic Beasts movies now, but you could have done, like, Quidditch Through the Ages, or like, do like a how can I put this period set story of, like, the Wizarding World in the old days, even like one that predates Fantastic Beasts. That would have been great, but no. They want to retell the 7 books. Have you seen Alien Earth yet? Not yet. I know it's on Disney Plus, so I need to watch that. Yeah, it is absolutely okay to like Harry Potter. A lot of people do love Harry Potter. I still love it. I mean, yeah, say what you will about J.K. Rowling. She has tarnished her reputation with what she said, so she's going to have to live with that. But I can separate the content from the creator. While I have lost a bit of respect for her, I still love what she gave us, and I will always love Harry Potter, you know, having grown up with it. I don't use Twitter, no. Since you're a Bond fan, well, villains in the Naked Gun are basically Bond villains. Oh, cool. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Have you ever been impersonated in the live chat of someone's stream? If I have, I don't know about it. If you find out, please tell me. I hope I haven't been impersonated. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Shrek 5 getting delayed? Don't give a shit, to be honest. I don't care about the movie anyway, but it's just a sign that they didn't think about what they were doing, and it's a sign that you know, the bad reactions to that trailer, and they're like, okay, we need to redo this. We need to redesign everything and put it back to how it was. They did not need to redesign the animation. It was perfect the way it was in the first 4 films. I mean, I don't want the film anyway, but if we have to have this, if this is like, if we have to have the 5th movie, at least make it look consistent. You know, I'm a big fan of consistency here, but yeah, whatever. Do you plan on making another Trolls Band Together fan rant? No, I don't want to make one, but it depends on what Alex decides to do. If Alex decides to do more terrible shit, and if it pushes me to the edge, then maybe, but I'd rather avoid it because I don't want any drama. Yeah, maybe the TV show will include a lot of the stuff that wasn't included in the films, and fair enough. But I just don't, you know. If we hadn't have had the films, I'd be more curious for this show. But then maybe I don't know if I would have read the books. The films to me were a huge part of my childhood, so it just doesn't feel right. What was your least favorite film released in every year you were alive? Oh god, that's going to be too hard to answer. I don't know if I can answer that. I'm going to need time to think about it. If you ask me again in the next Q&A, I might have an answer for you. Who agrees Harry Thomas is a better user than Alex? Well, I think everybody agrees with that. Corey 41. I wonder if it's the Corey that I used to know. Are you excited for the Batman Part 2? Yes. I love Matt Reeves as a director. I love what he did with the first one. It's a bit long. I think 3 hours was a bit of a push, but I actually really liked Robert Pattinson in that movie. And funny, it was weird watching The Goblet of Fire. I'd almost forgotten Robert Pattinson was in it. He played Cedric. He was like 17 or something in the film. He was young. He's come a long way since then. And he's not Twilight Boy anymore. He's moved on from Twilight, thankfully. Would you say the Christopher Reeve Superman films are another franchise we only like the first two? Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me. If we're just talking about the first 4 films, yes. But if you're judging the movies as a whole, there's others that I like Superman Returns. I quite like, and the new Superman I enjoyed. But yeah. Oh, that's a shame. Yeah, I liked that guy. Lee. His name was Lee. I mean, he didn't edit his videos very much, but he was very analytical, and his his style of discussion was very, very good. I know he had a son as well, so he was quite busy with parenting duties, but I used to love reading his comments, and I loved collabing with him. So I'll still check out his channel and see if he's around, but yeah, we kind of lost touch a bit. I'll have to get back in touch with him. What's your most anticipated movie of 2026? That's a good question. I have to look up what's coming out. I know they delayed the Cat in the Hat film. Probably Avengers Doomsday. Oh, Spider-Man Brand New Day. But aside that, I don't know. I mean, if the third Dune film is coming out, then that might be one. But I'll go with Avengers Doomsday. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. What title is... Oh, sorry, favourite Han and Leia moment. The classic I love you, I know. That moment. What title is more of a Christmas movie? On Her Majesty's Secret Service or Die Hard 1? I suppose Die Hard 1. Hello there. Ultimate Fun Girl. Nice impression of Obi-Wan. Hello there. A movie franchise where you only like the first 3. I don't know about that. Well, I can say this doesn't really answer the question, but in terms of a franchise where I think the first 3 are the best, Star Wars. And when I say first 3, of course, I mean 4, 5, and 6, which were the first 3 to be made. That's not to say I don't like some of the other films, but they are clearly the best. But in terms of a franchise where only the first 3 I like, that's tricky. Yeah, I'm gonna have to come back to that. Indiana Jones. Yes, I like the first 3 Indiana Jones films, but 4 and 5. Do you like Green Day? Never seen it. Who is a better actor in your opinion, Schwarzenegger or Stallone? I mean, there's not much in it really, but probably Stallone just by a margin. You seen any of the latest Doctor Who season? Are you planning to? I saw the Regeneration, and I was baffled, to be honest. Thank you, Russell, for that amazing publicity stunt. I might watch it now that I know it's Shooty's last season. I'll probably watch it at some point. It's nice to see you here on the live stream. Thank you. You too. Thank you very much. What's the most uncomfortable movie scene you've ever seen? I don't know about a movie scene that is uncomfortable. Uh, I mean, there are uncomfortable films I've seen, like Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes is an uncomfortable film to watch. This just doesn't make any sense. Um, but there's a scene from Game of Thrones which turned me off. I think there was like a rape scene or something. Like, um, no, actually, yeah, in the first ever episode, there was like an incestuous sex scene, which really turned me off of the show. I mean, I watched the first and second season and a bit of the third. I mean, I couldn't really follow the show, but that first episode, it was like, wow, okay, we're doing this, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's all I can say about that. Baffling. Favorite version of Spider-Man suit, the one from the Sam Raimi trilogy. What do you think is the most unnecessary movie sequel ever? Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I mean, if you thought Crystal Skull was unnecessary, then Indiana Jones 5 is even more unnecessary. Have you blocked Frozen Wish Studios? No, I haven't. I've unfollowed him, but I haven't blocked him. Have you seen No Country for Old Men? Not yet. It's on my list. Most underrated actor, actress, in your opinion? That's a good question. I think Naomi Watts is quite underrated. She was in the King Kong remake as Anne Darrow. She gave a very emotional performance, actually. She did a very good job. I've not seen Casino. Favorite Johnny English joke? Oh, God. I don't know. There's so many. Well, it's been a while since I've seen the films, but the first film was my favorite. There's quite a lot of good jokes, but one of my favorite jokes might be in the third one, where he's wearing the virtual reality mask and he actually hits the. I think it hits the old lady with the baguettes. That's quite funny. Can you do an impression of Buck from Ice Age? Okay, I'll have a go. The name's Buck, short for Buckminster, long for Buh. It's time to get Buck Wild. Hello, Rudy. Can you do an impression of Adam Sandler? I don't know. I have to look at a clip of that. Just give me 1 sec. Da, 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 da. When can I see you again? Whoa, whoa, whoa. When can I see you again? Sorry, I'm humming that song because Alex sang that song once. Oh, God. That was cringe. Okay, we got Adam Sandler as Billy Madison. Too many adverts. Yeah, I haven't really seen a lot of Adam Sandler movies, so it's why I can't remember how he sounds. When can I see you again? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Now you're all in big, big trouble. Excuse me. I'm gonna need to pour a drink. Weather's been so weird recently that this is like I'm muggy today. If I talk too much as well, my throat gets a bit dry. So apologies about that. Can you do an impression of Chris Duckman saying, "It sucks"? Well, I can't do it full pelt because I've got family in the next room, but maybe I might actually do that at a later date when no one's in the house, that I won't disturb anyone. And I might do it in a video. That'd be even better. Least favorite movie of all time. Well, the 50 Shades trilogy is one of my least favorite trilogies of all time. Alongside that, probably Food Fight. It's so bad. Oh, so bad. You do an impression of Sylvester Stallone. I'll give it a go. It ain't about how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. And you do an impression of Loud Rock Strikes Back singing Don't Stop Me Now. Don't stop me now! I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now if you want to have a good time. Just give me a call. Favorite Greek mythology movie you've seen? And I've lost my questions again. Oh, fuck's sake. Greek mythology movie. The original Clash of the Titans is pretty good. The new ones were, yeah, they were okay. Jason and the Argonauts, does that count? That one might be kind of interesting. Obviously, the Disney Hercules is a good choice. But I'll go with Clash of the Titans, the original one. That was fun. Do you think Jim Carrey can be very over the top? Yes. Favorite Wicked joke? It's good. I actually quite like the well, it seems the artichoke is steamed, which is very cruel, actually, even though it is not really a joke. It's kind of a dig towards Elphaba, but in Glinda's eyes, it's a joke. That was a surprisingly clever line, actually. The most annoying film you've ever seen. Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes. It's just for the whole 2-hour runtime. Favorite Deadpool and Wolverine joke. I really like the fox symbol being buried in the ground. That was kind of funny. The worst, almost awkward moment from The Dark Knight. I don't think there is one. I don't think there is one that's sort of awkward. I don't know exactly what you mean by that in terms of like awkward in a bad way or not. Worst as in like terrible moment. I don't think there is any. I don't think there is any, to be honest. There are a couple of maybe dull moments, but none that to me tank the pacing. So yeah. Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, I love Harry Potter, but I don't respect her anymore. Sadly, it's yeah. She has betrayed that group of fans. Well, that she has betrayed that community of people who were fans of her work, and that made her famous. So yeah. Okay. Can you do an impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger saying "toss, toss"? First, we toss our hair. Toss, 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 toss. Oh god, that would be funny to see Schwarzenegger saying "Popular, we're going to be popular." Do you like Coldplay? Yeah, I do actually. I've not like seen them in concert or anything, but I like their music. What do you think of Nick Hicks Studios Lounge? Don't really have an opinion. Not seen much of it. Can you do an impression of Alex singing while crying to Hi Ho? That you did a couple of streams ago. That was funny. Oh, okay, thank you. Hi ho, hi ho. It's broke work we go. That's the best I got. Most anticipated film for the rest of 2025. It's a tie. Wicked for Good and Avatar Fire and Ash. Let's see who wins. Did you know a YouTuber named Party Planner Preston is making a video on Alex? No, I didn't know that. Favorite film of 2025 so far? I mean, I kind of already answered that, but it's probably going to be Sinners. Any updates on Alex? Not that I know of. Nothing like serious or anything. He's still just posting his shit content. But he's stopped mentioning the worst user, and he stopped bullying people. for now. Well, I say that there's little things here and there, but it's nothing serious like death threats or anything. You do an impression of Lambo singing penis. Okay. I could do a bit of it, but I don't know all the words. So bear with me on this. Hearing penis down! Let's go fuck around! Let's go kill ourselves! That's all I can remember. Yeah, fair enough. If you're gonna watch the show, I hope you enjoy it. I'm personally not gonna watch it. Yeah, actually, it's Steve Jablonsky soundtrack from Michael Bay's Transformers movies. There were some of the best things and most consistent things about those movies. So yeah, I'm a big fan of those. Hello, Zane. Have you seen the 2025 Smurf movie? No, it doesn't interest me. Have you seen the True Lies starring Arnold Schwarzenegger? No, not yet. That's on my list. It's one of the few James Cameron films I haven't seen. Have you seen 13 Reasons Why? No. Oh yes, Han and Leia's theme. I love that. John Williams is just a genius with the music and Star Wars. I'm glad to hear Lee's doing better now. Yeah, sad the way that it ended between us, but I don't hate the guy at all. I've got nothing but respect for him, but we just weren't compatible as friends. But I hope he's okay. He seems to be doing all right. Worst romance in movie apart from 50 Shades. I know a lot of people would want me to say Attack the Clones, but well, that is bad based on dialogue. At least the romance needed to happen. I'm gonna say one of the most unusual ones, which is in Madagascar 2 with Melman and Gloria, like a giraffe and a hippo. It was just a bit unusual for me. Have you seen Kingpin? No, I've not seen True Romance. Are you excited for Sonic 4? Actually, I'm more excited about it now after I saw the third one. I didn't like the first two. The third was better. It was passable. So I hope that the fourth one will be the best. And it seems like it's going in the right direction now. We need to just have less of human characters and just introduce more of Sonic's characters. It's taking too long to introduce the things we wanted to see. Something that I wanted to see anyway. So the ending of Sonic 3 teasing another character coming in, I'm all for it. Yeah, I don't agree with Billy Piper becoming the Doctor. I think it's a stupid decision. To me, it's a sign of desperation. It's a publicity stunt on Russell's part. You know, Russell D Davies he's clutching at straws to keep people interested, and to me, I'm no longer interested. I think Doctor Who's had its day personally, but if people want to watch it, that's up to them. But for me, I'm kind of checking out now. Pirates of the Caribbean. Oh yeah. When you asked about the first three, yeah, I still enjoy the fourth and fifth. Although the fifth, I think, has gone down in my opinion. I will talk about the Pirates movies again at some point. But yeah, the first three are probably the best. Even then, they're not perfect. Certainly, the third one gets very convoluted with all this double dealing going on. But I still enjoy the first three because they form kind of one story, and as a trilogy, it works better as a trilogy. But On Stranger Tides was fun. It had its moments, but Salazar's Revenge was definitely tired, to say the least. Have you seen the movie Food Fight? No, I don't like it. I've seen it, but I don't like it. It's terrible. Oh, of course, yeah, 50 Shades. How can I forget? Yeah, all of that film was uncomfortable. Green Day, the rock band. Yeah, I don't mind them. I'm not really a music person, but I could listen to them. Of the YouTuber Shrifilas Productions. I don't know. I haven't seen much of the content, to be honest. Wasn't a huge fan when he went after Harry, but in terms of the content of his channel, I don't really tune into it very much. Oh. Which Stallone franchise do you prefer, Rocky or Rambo? Rambo. Yeah, you know the reason that Alex only said that about 50 Shades is because he likes the sex scenes. Yes, in The Impossible. Yes, Naomi Watts is great in Impossible. Were you able to handle the church scene in Kingsman? What do you mean handle the church scene? I enjoyed that scene. I thought it was great. I liked Kingsman. I liked the first one a lot. The second one is good. I didn't like the prequel, The King's Man. I thought that was a bit bleh. Favorite Sean Bean performance you've seen? I'm going to say Lord of the Rings. He was great as Boromir in Lord of the Rings. But credit to him, he was also very good in Game of Thrones. I like Wreck-It Ralph, but I wouldn't end friendships over it. Yeah, exactly. Okay, bear with me. I think this guy is nuts. Yeah, sorry, I don't trust that guy. Where was I? Where was I? Have you seen RoboCop? I've seen the new one. It was okay. That's all I gotta say. Can you do an impression of Lambo or Strikes Back singing "When Can I See You Again"? I don't remember all the lyrics, but I'll do a little bit. Whoa, whoa, when can I see you again? Whoa, 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 I don't want to see my school teachers again. Whoa! Can you do an impression of Lambo Rock Strikes Back singing "Hit Me Baby One More Time"? Yeah, I could probably do that. Just gonna get the lyrics. It's just easier. Oh baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? Oh baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. And now you're out of sight. Yeah, my loneliness is killing me, and I must confess, I still believe, when I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Hit me, baby, one more time. That's all I can do for that one. Do you like Chapel Roan? Not heard of it, to be honest. I've not seen Owl House, sorry. Can you do an impression of Jim Carrey? I might be able to do Jim Carrey as the Grinch. Max, we need to build a sleigh, yes. What else does he say? Babu Rossi, go Christmas. Dad, move it. Can you do an impression of Lambo singing War, What Is It Good For? I don't know the words to that song. I'm going to have to do that another day. I've got loads of other things to answer. Or I'll do it in the Facebook chat. What's your favourite quote? Joker from The Dark Knight. Yeah. I don't think. I love the speech when he talks about his father. He's like, "You remind me of my father. I hated my father. He sticks the blade in my mouth. He says, why he's so serious." And why so serious? I can't remember all the words, but yeah, that one. Do an impression of Lambo rocks as Glinda saying Bullgown. One day we will turn this coat, this simple throne, into a magnificent ball gown. Ah, ball gown. You have an interesting way of spelling that, Jared. Do you agree with Lambert? Gulliver looks like in Jack Black's Gulliver's Travels. No, I don't agree with that. I'm not really a concert person. Not really been to many concerts. Actually, I went to a James Bond concert, but that was like that was the tribute band. Cue the music. They came to Hertfordshire and they performed. I managed to get tickets to go to that, which was nice. But in terms of like other concerts, no, I've never been. Do an impression of Schwarzenegger singing "Hi Ho." Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's actually quite difficult to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice. Lambo Rockstar is supposed to say toss, toss. Okay. Toss, 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 toss. You do an impression of Scar from The Lion King. Yes. I'm surrounded by idiots. Charmed. Ah, so you haven't told him a little secret. Well, Simba, now's your chance to tell him what happened. Tell them who is responsible for Mufasa's death. I don't remember mentioning Bob Kane. Well, guess the guy that created Batman. I don't know him personally, if that's what you mean. My experience of the Batman films was as a kid. I watched the old ones, and then obviously Batman Begins released when I was 8 years old, and the Dark Knight trilogy was where I sort of found my love for Batman. I've not seen any of the animated series or anything like that, but the films I've been following over the years. Ugh. I haven't seen that, I'm afraid. The thing with Heath Ledger. I've not seen Jingle All the Way. I might review it this Christmas. Your thoughts on Johnny English Strikes Again? Well, I have done a review of it, so if you want my extended thoughts, go check that out. But I thought it was decent. It was a bit better than I expected it to be, but it is kind of, some of the humor was a bit tired, but there were other parts that were good. It was a mixed bag. Can you do an impression of Chris Evans as Johnny Storm from Fantastic Four? I'll give it a go. Flame on! Picture that. But everywhere. It was everywhere. What? yeah, sand is his weakness, isn't it? Can you do an impression of Moore from Madagascar? I'll give it a go. King Julian, what are they? What are they? I don't like King Julian. I love him. I met them. I love them. Before I even met them, I liked them. I love it when he says that in the plane when they're talking, and he's like, "You hate them, Cooper Thomas." Oh, shut up! You're so annoying. Golden discs? No, I've not heard of that. Favorite fizzy drink? Diet Coke. Do you like pineapple pizza? Yeah, sometimes. As a fictional character, do you prefer Batman or King Kong? Probably Batman. Can you do an impression of Sonic the Hedgehog? Everything I say and do is really fast. I don't know his actual lines, so that's all I could do. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Dark Phoenix. Yes, well done for sitting through that. I've got to sit through that again at some point. Oh, yeah, I'm actually glad to be moving on to the Wolverine. I think that's one of the more underrated movies of the series. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'll watch the original RoboCop at some point. Yeah, Impossible was a very plot-wise a very simple film, but emotionally very powerful. Um, Beautifully acted, I have to say, and yeah, just it was just, it had me in tears a few times. It really was quite special in that regard. No, no, as I said before, the church scene was fine. I had no problems with that. I'm okay with things that are violent. That doesn't bother me. The only things I find uncomfortable if there's like an explicit rape scene or anything like that. If something is explicit or very brutal, then it might be uncomfortable. But I can handle quite a lot. Also, Becca and Jess's relationship in Primeval. I think it's sweet, but it didn't have enough time to really develop. Yeah, I don't remember him saying that, but yeah, it does sound like something that J.J. Abrams would probably write into the script. One short day from Wicked. One short day in the Emerald City. Do you think that MCU's version of X-Men has the potential to be just as good, if not better? I think so. If they handle it in the right way, the MCU is getting pretty massive. But yeah, they're gonna need to do a bit more planning. Because I think the Fox movies, well, they were great to witness over the last 20 years. It was it was a rough patch. It was a rocky road. So let's hope that going forward they actually got more of a trajectory and more of a plan. That would be nice. Yeah, no, I know, Passionate Geek. I know. I was just saying before that, yeah, it's a funny way of spelling it. I know you're just doing it to avoid any backlash, but yeah, I know it shouldn't make me laugh, but it kind of makes me chuckle. Goodfellas, yes, I've seen Goodfellas. Yeah, there's a review of that on my channel. I really enjoyed that one. Yes, I know of that video. Oh, why, why the fuck did the questions never stay where they are? I haven't seen the Claudio Chance Evils 2 rant. I'm afraid. You do an impression of Shadow the Hedgehog meeting John Wick. I can't do it right now. I need to think of what to say. Because it's the same voice. It's Keanu Reeves, so I don't do a great Keanu Reeves impression, to be honest. You do an impression of Jeff Goldblum as the wizard from Wicked. Oh, Alpha. I mean, first crack out of the box. Oh, golly. I am a sentimental man who always longed to be a father. That's why I do the best I can to treat each citizen of Oz, son or daughter. Have you seen You're a Wizard Harry parody on YouTube? No. I'm not sure what you're referring to, A. Smith, but yeah, sorry, I'm not really sure what that's all about. What would you say would be your subscriber peak in YouTube? What number would you say you would gain subscribers more slowly? I'm not really quite sure how to answer that. In terms of where I think I'd sort of peaked, is probably when I hit 1K. It took me quite a long time to get there. My content has, well, the editing of my content has improved over the years. So it was quite gratifying to see the 1K number finally hit. That was lovely. And the more monetizable features that have come since then are nice. So I'm in a good place with this. Like I'm happy with where it is. I'm okay if it doesn't go further. This is just something I do for fun. When I meet the wizard, my whole life will change. I did think of the rest of the words later, but yeah. Chilbjorn. Oh, okay. Maybe it was that person. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting question. What about people being set on fire? Are you able to watch that? I mean, it was nice to watch it, but I wouldn't whiz away if that's what you mean. Oh, yes, The Impossible. Sorry, yeah. Apologies, been tired. Wasn't J.K. Rowling receiving death threats? Well, there's no need for that. I don't think anyone deserves that, no matter what their views are. But um, she should have monitored what she said, and clearly it's come back to bite her. But she's going to stand by her opinion. I don't think she cares. She's so wealthy, you know. She can live off her royalties for the rest of her life. Um, it's just sad that people these days think that that's okay. Favorite character in Harry Potter? Oh, that's a good question. This isn't everybody's choice, but for me, it's Snape because once we find out the truth about him, you realise the lengths that he went to and the journey throughout the entire journey, his true intentions. He was the one character that we just couldn't read throughout the whole series, and then by the time you get to the Deathly Hallows, you realise what it was all about and his place in the story, and that you know everything he did to paint himself out as a villain was for a good cause, and the deep love he had for Lily was, it all stemmed from that. Um, and he was a brave man, as Harry said. So, yeah, for me, he takes the spot. I might have to call it soon, guys. I'll give it 5 minutes, and I've got to get ready because I've got to work tomorrow. Uh, I haven't seen Notting Hill or For Weddings and a Funeral, but I would like to see them. They were on my list. What do you think about the fact that women who directed Cuties have received death threats? Again, like I've said, I'm not going to repeat myself. There's no cause for death threats. It's unneeded. No matter what you think of something, threatening death on someone is just not right. I mean, I'm not seeing Cuties, but everything I've heard about it is terrible. Even if I watch it and I hate it, which is likely that I will, I'm not going to threat the creators. I might rant about them in my rant. I might say they made this piece of shit. How dare they? Blah blah blah. But I wouldn't say I'm gonna effing kill you. I would not say that. I have a little bit more respect than that. But some people don't. Opinion on Nosferatu 2024. I like it. It's a very solid film. I've done a review of it. Here my further thoughts. And I keep losing questions. Can you do an impression of Samuel L. Jackson as his character from Kingsman singing Popular? Oh, God. It'd be tricky. I don't know about his character from Kingsman because he has that kind of lisp. He has that really weird lisp. But I might be able to do him as Mace Windu singing Popular. Popular! I'm gonna be popular. We'll take out this motherfucker. He will stand on trial for everything he's done. That's the best I could do, I'm afraid. What do you think the complication of Alex? What do you think the complication of Alex acting immature? I honestly thought it was too short. I don't know what you mean by that. He still acts immature. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Sorry. Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never seen it nor played it, I'm afraid. Sorry. Most overrated character in Harry Potter. Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. I mean, I still love this character, but in some ways, Dumbledore is a little bit overrated because, I mean, while he is amazing, there are aspects of him that are like, why didn't you just tell people the truth? Like, there are aspects that are a bit shady. He could have been more honest about certain things. So, I still like the character. I mean, he's amazing, but there's elements that are overrated. Worst film in your favorite film franchise? Ooh, Die Another Day. In James Bond is my favorite film franchise, and that one is the worst. Fuck's sake. You do an impression of Garrett, the garbage man from the Minecraft movie. I don't think I can. I need to listen to his lines again. I know it's Jason Momoa, but I can't remember any of his lines. What football team do you support? Well, if it's the World Cup, I'd support England, of course, because I'm from England, or Poland or Germany. That's where my background is. If we're talking about for a club like Arsenal, that's the sort of team I like. Could Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings somehow mix together narratively? Maybe. I don't know how they do it, but I'd love to see them try. Were you and the Dragon Critic good friends before you split up? Well, you say split up. I mean, we weren't together, not in that way, but yeah, we were friends. We, he got in touch with me. I think he'd seen some of my videos, and yeah, we did a few Google Hangouts and stuff. But he was quite a bit younger than me, and I think that's where the incompatibility came from. I just found over time that he was quite difficult to be around. He was, you know, he would force his opinions on me, and he would force me to watch things I wasn't interested in, and we didn't have a lot in common. But I'm nothing. It didn't sort of end very well, but I never hated him, and I hope he's doing well. But yeah, to begin with, he was very nice. So I'm sure he's found other friends who are more compatible for him than me. Yo, I'm not going to go into what Frozen has done here. I don't have the time to talk about it right now. But let's just say he's posted some very inappropriate content on Discord. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, you could use all of his channel to just sort of say how immature he is. Um, I do like Darth Maul. Yes, I do like Burger King. Favorite moment from any of the Harry Potter films? Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I think, to be honest, one of the best moments for me is when we first see the school. So, in the first one, the Philosopher's Stone or Sorcerer's Stone for you Americans, when they ride on the boats and in the distance the sort of clouds open up to reveal Hogwarts, and we see it for the first time. I think that's got to be the greatest moment because little did we know the ride we were in for going forward. No, don't worry, my spirit's fine. I don't always tend to, you know, I don't always tend to get to everybody's questions anyway, and I'll usually stop when I feel. But thank you anyway. Uh, what's your favorite Star Wars villain? Well, favorite is obviously Darth Vader. Least favorite, hmm, I might have to say Count Dooku. I've never found him to be that compelling as a character. McDonald's is good. Which do you prefer, McDonald's, KFC, or Burger King? Out of the three, McDonald's is my favorite, but good set for any of them. Oh yes,